for a second time and counterattacks b7. We don't have to think
And
Alvar shot at themselves.
now, yeah, this could be losing due to knight b6. Um, I'm thinking of moves like knight b6, somehow protect b7, and then knight a4, winning a pawn. I'm not too sure how to go about it. Knight b6, rook b8, knight a4. Knight b6, rook c7. Yeah, I agree with Jay that we don't need to rush. So knight b6 is just defending our pawn. Eventually, the knight will go to a4 or c4. Then we can just slowly defend our b7 pawn. Maybe like rook c8, one of the rooks to c7.
I like that plan. Here's a
Also,
crazy
no,
idea.
yeah.
What do you think about just
Mm-hmm.
rook f8 right now? And then if the queen comes in and takes b7, knight b6. And the queen doesn't have a lot of squares to move to, and c3 is attacked a lot. Saying rook
Interesting.
c8, and maybe it's too dangerous for the queen to even consider queen takes b7.
Knight
Kind of gets
b6. The
trapped
queen
in.
can escape to e7, but they will lose. They will lose like the a pawn and the c pawn. You see the need to go for a complicated line like that, but that could work.
Just wondering if we have to fear that queen on e7, or if, you know, their queen's misplaced, even though it's way up in our face. It's kind of unsupported, and nothing of ours would be hanging. So what's the queen doing there?
It attacks a7, kind of ties down our queen to a7, ties down our rook to maybe back rank threats.
But maybe we just swing our advanced rook back to c7 and hit the queen and say, where are you going to go now? d6? Or are you going to go back over to g5 or h4 or something else?
Rook b8 could be yeah.
Because you
I
can't
feel
go
like
to
all
b.
moves are pretty winning, including trading the b pawn for and then knight b6. b5 and then knight b6 is also um, stated by Jay Hollow.
Okay, so she went.
b5 and that's going to be
Looks like
protected.
right. No need to go into complications if this plan works, but
Yeah,
fun
lots
to
of plans
consider.
seem to work. Yeah, I do think the rook on c8 makes more sense than b8 because like b5 might be a much more logical way to defend the b pawn than keeping a rook behind it. I like the plan of b5 then knight b6. Now knight b6. We aren't threatening knight a4 yet. Or we could be. We could just sack the pawn. Trade off. Go for knight a4 though. I might play rook c7 first. Rook c7 because there could be maybe. Queen takes a2. White needs a lot of moves to untangle, and their knight on d1 is kind of like diagonally from the c3 pawn, so there's no way the knight has any way to defend the c3 pawn. Knight f3, knight d2, knight b1. Just all seems very slow. Yeah, the knight on d1 was, yeah, lost a lot of time, I suppose, just moving backwards and not playing f4. I guess if the knight moved backwards, it would prepare f4. But then they didn't go for that. Yeah. I mean, even if black plays really slowly, white still doesn't have enough time to, like, defend all their pawns. Rook b8, knight a4. I'm fine with rook b8, even though the rook eventually wants to be on c8. I think just the tempo with knight a4 will still. Rook c8, rook takes c3. Our b pawn's defended. Our knights just blocking the queen from b7, and they have no way to defend c3. Okay. Rook c7, allowing the knight to move, works. Rook c8, attacking c3, and white can't defend it. Looks like it also works. Rook b8 probably works. h6 probably definitely works too. A4 is kind of unnecessary, but knight a4, queen takes b7, knight takes c3, probably also wins, because then the e2 square is being threatened. Discovery as well as a fork. 2 pawn is hanging. Knight a4 also looks winning. I guess they're forced to connect their rooks, I think. Move the knight somewhere. Drop a pawn. Let's say knight c3, rook c8, knight c5, knight d3 to knight c5. Try to disconnect the rooks on the c file. Paired with the 1 seed, so you're always like around the halfway point in the overall rankings. I really like being the halfway point because you might just play the lowest rated player and That's not really that fun as well. Frustrated player can be fun.
Tried to grab some berries.
Nice. What kind of berries? And are
Strawberries.
they, yes, farmed strawberries?
I did not grow these strawberries myself, though I do have a couple of those.
Yes.
It's kind of early in the season, but they are starting to come.
Elena's getting tired. Yes, because she knows her next move, or she knows her entire game plan, and there's not much she has to think about. You think knight a4 as the next move also works because knight takes c3 threatens the d2 square, the a2 square. But yeah, knight d3 looks a decent attempt for white. If the rooks aren't connected, then the white's just going to be fighting down a rook. Well, stellar chess.
Comment. I'm outside wandering around a bit, and a little while ago, a little hint of skunk wafted into the air. Which is not bad, as long as you're not getting sprayed by it. Skunks really do not smell bad, guys. It's actually kind of nice.
Skunk or weed?
No, real skunk. There's a real skunk in the neighborhood. I've been smelling it for a couple of months now. I finally actually saw the skunk a couple of weeks ago for the first time. Real skunk, the kind that they put in perfume.
Perfume. Interesting. I am happy that the one nonsensical move that they thought a lot about ends up being the focal point of our play. We're just playing around that one weakness, and yeah, should be easy. Do it. 1 out of 3 in the women's open. It's confusing because the women's was the open, but the open section is under 1,500.
Tom says I'm in the middle of the forest right now. No, I wish. A wooded area nearby, which is my personal getaway, but it is not a full-on forest.
A separate tournament, yes. They named it US instead of national. The opponent has left the chair. So now do we go for this complicated queen takes b7 for no reason, or do we just line with let's say knight a4, queen takes b7, knight takes c3, and then if rook fe1 to protect against knight e2 check, then we still go knight e2 check. We still go knight e2 check, or we might not be able to because the knight on d3 defends the rook. It's almost back rank with like the queen going to e1. Don't go for the complicated line. Maybe white will play knight c5, so takes. Fine. After knight takes c3, then they'll spend one tempo to deal with the threat on e2, and then we do something like queen takes a2.
The Lion's Roar Yawn by Elena Tom mentioned in chat.
The lines.
A Lion's Roar Yawn.
Oh. Yeah, that was like 16 minutes ago.
Missed it, so I feel deprived.
If we don't go knight a4, is there a way we can not lose the b7 pawn? Rook c8, knight c5.
You guys are all living on this timeline thing.
I don't like
Never
going
learned
f6
it.
right now. It opens up play for white. Knight a4 loses b7, but yeah, it does get a lot of counterplay. Yeah, I wanted alternatives in knight a4, but f6 is not a great alternative. Retreating rook c7, they can play knight c5, and then let's say we might not be able to go knight a4 there because our queen could get pinned. This is nice. Everything works out. I guess we decided queen takes b7, not any good kind of play for white. Just we win all their pawns, they win one pawn. We win at least two, and the d pawn's weak. B pawn useless. Well, it would be nice if we won the C pawn, then our B pawn would be really strong on B5. I do think maybe the move B5 before knight B6 was easier. Henry.
shirt says something something on a daily basis. Try to discern the other words too. Language. To make for the white queen. Made a good point. It's past midnight New York City time.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see why they're in time pressure. They have a lot of problems that they want to solve. I guess if the queen has to move, it might as well take on b7, then now it's like queen d2. With rook or knight.
I think I like knight because it opens up an attack on the a pawn.
On the yeah, on e2 as well. I think they're about the same.
Yeah. So you think that rook takes c3 is equal to knight takes c3?
I think knight takes. It makes a threat, so it keeps the initiative. With rook takes c3, and then maybe they trade rooks. Then you take back, and then it's their turn.
You have to do something about the hanging knight.
Of rook takes d4. Yeah, that makes sense. It takes c3, threatens a lot more stuff.
So if rook takes, queen takes, both the knight on the d file and d5 are under attack. Knight moves.
Yeah, if rook takes, queen takes, then maybe black can consider queen takes a7 and not defend their knight. Draw. Interesting. I think the capture's pretty obvious now. I've thought about it.
Knight takes.
Rook takes. I still think black's completely winning with rook takes, but be some.
Is there a computer line that we're talking about?
like queen takes a7, and we're not sure where if black can keep the advantage. If we take with rook and they do rook takes c3, we either capture with the knight, but then we lose control of the c file, or we capture with the queen, but we lose the a pawn.
See, because if we take the knight, our knight also falls.
Yeah. So they can maybe afford to take the a pawn. But then we can do queen takes d4, protecting our knight.
But then they have a passed pawn on the a file.
Yeah, it's mostly that. Maybe their rook can control the c file, and then our rook's going to be a lot more passive. Lowest value piece. I feel like I don't understand how that's a rule. It seems such an individual basis. Like, if you take with a higher value piece, sometimes you're just forcing a trade, and sometimes forcing a trade really helps you. Yes. Let's take with the lowest value piece, because if you take with the higher value piece, it's sometimes defended by a pawn, and you will lose your queen.
Convoluted.
All right, she does the right capture. And now e2 must be addressed. b2, perhaps. e2, we might not want to do something like queen takes a2, because then we trade, rook trades.
Rook c2. Oh no, because of the chat. No, the chat's covered.
Rook c2, we don't have a check.
I made an executive decision today and didn't drink any coffee in the afternoon, so it's actually getting slightly late for me. But I'm gonna soldier on.
c2, okay. And then in both of those lines, maybe we just want to double up on the rook c8.
New subscriber, thank you, Knight Be Free. Let's get a hype train going. Elena is wont to say. Crown her victory with the cherry on top. And for those who are metaphorically challenged, the cherry is money.
We're thinking rook c8 once they defend e2. As in any line where we threaten to take on a2, we'd probably want maybe rook c8. It also kind of threatens, like, again doing knight e2 check. Also maybe threatens rook takes d4. 5, rook takes c4, d takes c4. Could think about just having that as a pass pawn and keeping it on maybe c3 where it's defended. Doesn't seem bad. After queen b2, rook c8, we're really hitting a2 and d4. And with rook c2, kind of the same thing. Although rook c2 now, we can also think about like rook takes d4 immediately, since our knight is not hanging. Rook c2 allows rook takes d4 in one go.
To people in chat concerned, Elena might see our commentary. There's a 15-minute delay on the stream, and they're not allowed to use their phones. If anyone gets caught using their phones in a tournament like that, that's big trouble.
And you just answer the question like 15 minutes later. So that's like 30 minutes after Elena physically played the move.
Oh, you guys are all on this line that you call time. You never learned the lesson that time was above. It's all timey-wimey and spindly-windy up in there. So who's living in the past? Who's living in the future? We all are.
1, 4. Rook c8. Defend the knight more. Make queen takes a2, have less counterplay.
Ben, the cherry is the train, the hype train, the future hype train.
Imagine rook c8 and then like forgetting about our back rank after a bunch of trades. Eyeing the opponent's back rank with the queen e1 x-ray, just in case like we do rook c8 and we take their rook on c1, and then like their knight takes back, and then their knight undefends e1.
Stars gets a wibbly wobbly, tiny wimey. Or who might say? Okay, back to the board.
Foo moves down. Do you mean like now or like in the past, Dabo? Because like, yeah, white didn't really do anything but just allow our knight to get to c4 and just allow us to pressure c3, whereas white was just doing backwards moves like 91. Pawn weak, and now d4 pawn weak. b6. I mean, that doesn't do anything after like queen b6, queen takes b6, knight e2 check, king h1, a takes b6. So we need to spend that time recapturing the queen, and after which knight e2 doesn't accomplish much. Well, that knight e2. I mean, we still won a pawn, so our position's still as good as it was.
Okay, I'm just gonna make this comment. I've been holding out for the whole game, but I can't resist. My first real girlfriend was a chess player, and Elena's opponent kind of resembles her. So
Interesting comments.
can't help but reminisce. And no offenses intended towards her, nor him, nor statement of fact.
Really spin. I think Robin would know about his first girlfriend more than you, Spindraw.
Something I should know about, Spin.
Takes
Understand that her
a2. What's he
opponent.
gonna do about it?
I understand that her opponent is a guy. Guys can remind people of girls. Girls can remind people of guys.
I just wasn't sure about just giving us a pass pawn on c4 with knight takes a2 and they trade rooks. I mean, it looks pretty good, but changes certain things about the pawn structure. Maybe we will drop the pawn later and regret doing d takes c4. .46. I don't believe all these computer evaluations.
Nobody needs to get anybody's number for me.
They don't
I can
believe
handle
you.
that. I can handle that myself. I'm just kidding. A whole can of worms now. I knew it was risky.
A2 I really don't like, because if they trade queens, then what if they just, I don't know, attack our knight on the a file and they win the a pawn? Rook c8 I like a lot. Which rook to c8? That is the question. Not really. Bishop doesn't say what rook to put on c8, but then he specifies which rook goes to e1. Very good notation. played rook c8. I wouldn't make an escape square right now, but rook c8 threatens to win a pawn cleanly on d4 or a2. But taking the pawn right now allows our pawn to be on c4, which could be really strong or possibly weak. So let's say our pawn's on c4, and we want to go rook c8 to defend the pawn, but then knight c5 by white could interfere with us protecting our pawn. Yes, engine very fickle. Rook c8, rook takes d4. Yes. Rook takes d4, or something takes on a2. And after we go rook c8, I still feel like their pieces are tied down to like knight e2 check still. So they can't really do something too useful. That was a strange move to trade queens. And it looks like it also pressures d4. If they don't trade queens, you're just going to win d4 cleanly. She probably calculated a line with rook takes c3 as well. Rook takes c3, winning the knight. Queen takes b2. Takes b2, rook takes c3.
The feedback, guys, it was probably when I was moving around. I'm hoping it is better now. But yes, I do have headphones on. To answer Spin's question.
I kind of agree with Bishop that she's trying to trade down material to make the situation less complicated. Or she thinks that queen's on the board makes it a bit complicated. Good comment, Bishop Stars. Might have a move that saves the d pawn, besides, or despite force to trade queens. Plays queen takes b6, which looks like one of the only moves. Are we thinking about knight e2 check first, or just sure? I really like knight e2 check because then a takes b6. They can trade rooks. We get a pass c pawn. Our knight on e2 is hitting the pawn on d4, but then kind of feel like we might lose the c pawn. queen takes b6. 2, queen takes d4. F d1. Has to trade unless he wants to go for a complicated queen takes d4 line, but I just think queen takes queen c2, queen takes d4. If rook f d1, I guess just knight can take the rook on d1. If the knight moves, we won the d4 pawn cleanly, and we can go rook c8 next, or win the e5 pawn, or everything. Takes d4, queen e3, queen takes d3, because queen takes d4 attacks her knight on d3, so the knight might have to move. I just think they're lost there if they give up the d pawn, and then they also have to spend a tempo moving the knight. But I think trading definitely lost, but if you trade, you're trying to hold on with your, at least white's rooks are connected. Black cannot win the d4 pawn as easily because the knight might be tied down. Now, I'm not sure I like knight e2 check. Kind of feels like knight e2 is a fancy move that could backfire. Knight e2 check. Knight e2 check. King h1. A takes b6. Rook takes c4. D takes c4. But then the knight can just could try to attack the c pawn. Knight b2. Knight b2. c3. Knight d3. There's bonus time in any I don't know, US national event, because it's just hard to program as well. Do people who bring their own chess box, do they have to? Did she take it back? Or no, she's still thinking. I thought she moved. Interesting. Yes. You have to bring your own chess clock and have to bring the timer, right? She played queen b6, intention of having the option of knight e2 check, but then she's realizing it's just a bunch of work to calculate. Yeah, I did not like knight e2 check. Pawn takes here looks good, but it still seems like white can try to hold on. Knight e2 check. We're not threatening rook takes c4 because then our knight on c3 is hanging. Can white go for rook c2 and maybe rook b2? Yeah, I guess b5 seems fine. Holds it. The knight's gonna have to move eventually, right? We can keep our knight there and like play rook a8. I like how Roly Poly said she needs knight e2 check before pawn takes. Here, the engine just says taking back a takes b6 is completely fine for black. Okay, makes sense. The cleanest move to protect knight e2 check. Rook c8. Prepares rook takes d4, and if rook fc8, if rook fc8, rook fc1 probably loses to knight e2 check. Rook c8, maybe rook a8. a8 and plays rook c1. And go. Not hear Robin anymore. We can only hear sounds. Yes, finally get the f-rook into the action. Black has so many options to win. This is over. This game is not over.
I'm here. Sorry about the feedback. It's still going on even though I'm not moving around. Okay. I wrapped the headphone cord around my fingers a little bit so that it won't be hanging down on my chest area. Hopefully that helps.
We only hear feedback from Robin. Isn't that what analyzing is, Spindraw? Feedback on the game. 8. Yes. We should be close to having a clean win. White will play like rook a1 or something. Knight b2. B2, rook b4, knight d3, repeat. c1. Yeah, that line should work for black after knight e2 check. Fury torches. June 7th already. Well, not in Vegas, but in New York. Does anyone want to comment on the board next to Elena? So I cannot see it as well.
Black's king is well placed for an endgame in the center of the board.
Yes. Maybe white has a lot more pieces than black. I cannot tell.
Maybe.
Or maybe it's just that, yes, that plastic cup is covering up some of black's army.
And Elena's ready to go to sleep.
The opponent will flag soon. It's all good. The opponent only has like 30 seconds to make each move, plus a few minutes. The rest of the game should go by faster now. Mike Owen.
Mike Owen?
Yeah. I don't know what about him, but I shall also fall asleep.
Her bio needs are all topped off, and she'll give good rest and be fresh for day 2.
He finally moves. Wonder what was the move. It is King H1, which supposedly plunders more. Not sure, but Rook takes D4 now. Looks pretty decent because it attacks a knight for free. Awful access. Yes. Very true. King H1 is a sub 3-minute move. Very true.
Think a move like that when there are pieces that can attack the queen on the diagonal and you're trying to move the F pawn. I'm not sure.
I think Knight B2 should be something you play when you can't decide what to do. And
Hit the rook.
oh wait, Knight B2 they can just take the pawn as well. I'm not sure. Yeah.
I mean, it's
This tournament is USCF rated.
So was
Tricky.
rook C1 an option for white there?
No, Rook C1 lost to Knight E2 check with the discovery in battery on your rooks. Now, attacking the knight makes a lot of sense. Now they have to think more about what to move. I guess Knight B2 is the only option here, so. Oh, Rook D2 as well. In fact, Knight B2 will be played. There is a touch move rule in effect, so let's say Knight B2. If she touches her knight, then it will unfortunately be forced mate. I would not surrender if I were white. We're only down like, what, 1 pawn or something like that? All we have to do is just, I don't know, win the B pawn or something. There's lots of ideas for white, maybe. I mean, there might be something with like giving up a rook for a knight and a pawn if it comes down to that situation.
I think maybe just swing the rook back over and redouble on C file. Rook C4.
Okay, Rolly Polly says rook C4, which protects the rook. This one might be a little a slightly less accurate option because now if you're threatening knight takes d1, there's still rook takes c8 check. I mean, it's not mate, but just fine because they wasted tempo on, or they spent a tempo on king h1 at least, and So now one of the rooks to c4 maybe. Rook d c4 is forcing a trade of rooks as well. d2 is just you have to move your rook, or even then, White didn't really have to move their rook, but I guess they didn't feel like calculating how the trade affects position. Complicated. I don't think it's very complicated. At our rook on c8 seems like the most logical thing to do next.
In rook d to c4. Yeah, that's what I like to.
Or rook c c4 to be more accurate, but both seem good enough.
I don't like that as much, but I'm not sure if I can explain why.
I like pressuring them on the clock as well, as long as we play a safe move, like one of the rooks to c4. It's just they have a
Why do
lot
you like
to think about.
you like rook c4 better than rook d c4?
Rook c c4 looks visually appealing, and both rooks are active. Rook d c4 might be more forcing of a trade. But, yeah, it's not like you need a trade to win.
Maybe just a matter of style.
Yeah. And I'm not sure what the plan is here, but it's we are threatening knight. Knight takes a2, rook takes c4, d takes c4. a2 might be a tactic that works, but yeah. Rook takes rook. Rook takes rook back. Then we move the rook to e4, which threatens back rank mate, and also threatens the e5 pawn. It's mate. I think we can just trade rooks. Nina is playing with the black pieces, and she's very winning. a2 doesn't really work, I don't think, in any line. Rook e4 is probably enough. Before they spend a tempo, and then we can pick up the e-pawn. Rook e4, they play something like h turn, we do, I don't know, knight takes a2.
So in other words, rook e4 forking mate and the e pawn on e5.
Yes, right. But we don't have to. I'm sure something like anything. Rook b4. Rook c5. Or I don't think works because knight e4, knight takes c4. Take our rook. It does look sus. 4. Yeah, it's very logical too.
Very likely Elena is going to hold on to this game. It's not necessarily over yet.
If it's not over, she
I'm
might
getting
lose.
excited.
Yes.
You get cautiously optimistic here, is what I'm saying.
I am not cautious.
You're just straight up optimistic.
Yes. I would say rook e4 works and whatever other move works too.
It's not a blunder.
Yeah. Rook c7. Five probably works. I don't know. Probably.
Straight up giving up the exchange.
Yeah.
Two connected passed pawns are nice, but we're giving white potential counterplay with that passed a pawn. Really consider b5 right there.
This is the National Open in Vegas. No, I would not do b5 ever. Because the other moves are so obvious. This one is the National Open, and it's in Las Vegas. Or the Las Vegas National Chess Festival. Or
Kostya there
Las
checking
Vegas
out.
Chess Festival.
Gotta point out the Kostya signing. Elena's coach.
Yeah, the other tournament was called the U.S. Women's Open.
An occasional collaborator.
Knight pinned. So now we're threatening knight takes a2 at the least.
Long day for Elena. Looks like she's feeling it, but should be happy to hit that pillow. A3 on the board.
Makes sense, because we're threatening to take on a2 and they can't stop it. e4 now makes sense. Same as the move before, but now she's like also inclined to do it because it's the only... Oh, okay. She does not do it. It's the only move that attacks the pawn. Or, no, this one attacks a pawn as well. Yes. I don't think white can save that pawn. So they're just screwed.
Yeah, that pawn's dead.
File would have been maybe not better. Maybe they're kind of exactly the same winning. In some ways, winning the a pawn is easier practically than... Alright, now we can just do knight takes a4. And now, yeah, he loses the knight.
Can't take.
So after knight takes a4, I realized the threat was just knight a4, not the threat wasn't winning the pawn. It was knight a4 all along, and oh, yes.
And
I
might
guess
as well
rook
stay.
b1. I guess the game is soon over with rook b1, h3, knight c3.
And just in case there are any, more players on the beginner side, we might as well state explicitly, white couldn't take the knight on 8-4 due to it being pinned to the back rank. Checkmate.
Three, knight c3. Or even better, knight b2, allowing rook takes b2, and rook takes d1. And going for a rook endgame.
Piling up on the pinned knight. See a way for white to save it, do you? Hour.
Yes, resign, saving the knight.
Says the knight will fall, but at least my rook will get your b pawn.
So we
Or
say
will
we
it?
take the rook and we save the b pawn to spite them.
Taking the knight with check and then saving the b pawn and
Oh,
attacking the rook.
we can save the b pawn. This is the way. Yes.
Even bring the rook over to b1.
Rook b1.
Yeah, an X-ray defending the b pawn. Bring the trade. Advancing the pawn, that
Okay.
works.
Wow. Okay. So every move saves the pawn. Okay. I did not expect that.
Every move on the board.
Yes. Okay. There is no way b6 would be lost. I guess maybe d4.
Makes sense.
This round has already ended. I assume. No, wait, no. Then she might be here.
You presume?
Yes. I think the round has like 10 moves. We're gonna make a queen. We're gonna resign. And we're about to make a queen.
Pawns must be pushed. d1.
Yeah.
Okay, and there's a resignation and a handshake and a smile. That's some good sportsmanship, folks. Love to see it.
Great win. Very clean. I'm gonna go to chat.
I imagine Elena may take overs. Great game, Elena. Hope you take care of your bio needs, get plenty of rest, and come back fresh tomorrow. As always, it's been
Ready
an
to
honor.
take over. Or
What an honor. What an honor. All right. Thanks, Vindictive. Thanks, Elena. Thanks, chat. Thanks, Tom. Thank everybody. Thanks, Bill. Thanks, Bishop Stars, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Going live. See if it worked. Let me just. The mic is on. I'll give you.
All right.
It's from my phone. From the mic. Dude, I'm so tired. Like, holy crap! I need. Do you play D4? I'm like, damn it! Like, I have to play against D4. I don't want to play D4.
Sorry to disappoint.
It's okay. I've been trying like D4, C5, but I wasn't confident enough to like do it right away in this game because I don't know the theory too well. Is
I wouldn't
the
have either, so you might
yeah,
have,
okay,
you might
maybe.
have gotten away with it.
Because like if you play that and then I play this, and then what did you play after that? I was thinking playing this right away, but I don't know if that works.
Yeah. I think it does.
Can you guys hear me? What's going on? I don't know if they can hear me or not. Nobody's commenting on it, so I don't know. One sec. We can hear. Do you hear good though? Like, is it through the mic? Loud and clear? Okay, perfect. I'm gonna give you a mic so you can
yeah.
talk too. There you go. Just put on your shirt. GG guys. I hope you enjoy the game. I'm glad that it didn't go down this time. Like, I streamed the first game earlier today and it went down. Like, so bad. It was just like a black screen. You can say hi to them. This is Patrick,
Hello.
if you guys don't know. He's my opponent. We just
Yeah.
played. And we were just gonna go through the game real quick.
Yeah.
We can also get, do you know Kostya? Chess Dojo?
No, I don't.
No?
I actually
You
didn't bring
get
my
it.
phone with me from my room. So.
Let me, one sec. Okay, one sec. I'll see, maybe he can analyze it with us. He would give us some good input.
Maybe, yeah. I'll
He was
do
the
my
one that
best.
was right next to us. He's an IM.
Oh.
Yeah, so. I don't know if you want to pull up the chat on your phone. Just people saying hi to you.
I
I think you
have,
just finished. Oh, you don't have your
I don't
phone,
have my
right?
phone on me, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I'll just put the
Unfortunately.
chat here. But he just messaged me, so I think he's done with this game.
Cool.
I think, unless it was earlier. But the neighbors are complaining. Yeah, I think he's done. So maybe he'll come here. But yeah, let's pull out the analysis thing or
Alright.
the paper thing, Bob.
Yep.
So how many moves do you remember? You played D4.
D4.
Before
How
we
much do
pull
I
out the
remember?
paper. Yeah, like how many moves do you remember? Like, this has
Um,
actually been really helping with my visualization. Just going
Okay,
through.
yeah, going through trying to remember
Yeah,
that.
I've been getting better at calculating.
All right.
Okay, so you
So
played
D4,
D4,
you played
I
D5.
played D5,
Yeah.
and then you played Knight
Knight
F3. And then I think I played Knight F6 here.
That sounds right. Or
Yeah, because I definitely would
you
not.
did at some point. So.
And then you played
E3.
E3. My phone flips. It's breaking though.
no.
Anyways, then Bishop, yes. Because once you played D3, I played Bishop. G4 getting out
Yes.
the Bishop. So I don't get it locked in. There is like 2 moves I really regret in this game. Or 1. Is it breaking? Yeah, the middle. Dude, the day I arrived, everything decides to break. Like, I'm like, what is that sound on my phone? And I open the screen and in the middle, it's like ripping. Like, look at that. There's like
Yeah.
a dent. Like the middle, anyways, yeah, not good. Yeah, I know it's called a score sheet. I'm just tired. I don't need to be corrected right now, to be honest. I'm so tired I can barely think. I played 2 games today and they were long and tiring, so it's not 1 year old yet, no. Anyways, Bishop G4 and then you played.
Oh, probably Bishop D3.
You did play Bishop D3 and then here I played E6.
E6 probably, yeah.
E6. And then you played,
Played knight d2.
yeah, knight d2, and then I played c5 because I would never
Yes.
put my knight on up here.
Hmm.
I always move a c pawn. Like
of
I don't
course.
like locking in my knight. It's really annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't do much preparation for this tournament, and this is certainly a line of Akali that I did not prepare for. So I played c3. I think that's right, but I'm not certain.
I think you did play c3.
Yeah.
So, do you recognize opening? No, dude, I actually don't. Like, I don't know what this opening is. I was looking at it and I'm like, I have no idea what this is. Like, I don't know. So, if you close it tightly, maybe. Kali
I was worried
system, that's
about
what you
it.
call
Yeah,
it,
the
right?
Kali system.
I don't know anything about the Kali system.
Yeah.
I
It's
just-
a very, I guess,
It seems very
mild opening.
closed. Yeah, it seems slow.
Usually, yeah. It is.
Yeah.
It's safer generally
Yeah.
if you haven't played in a long time like me.
Yeah, so
Although I don't like when it closes.
Fair
I prefer
enough.
to open it. It's
yeah,
impossible.
I
but-
closed it intentionally.
Yeah.
But I did regret one move, right? Because that was played, and then you played c3, and then I played this, and then I
Yes.
always forget about the pawn break on e4.
Yeah.
And then you went for the pawn break, and here I had to decide whether to fall back, but I don't like falling back.
Of course not.
Or
yeah.
to play bishop to f4, knowing that the bishop will be loose. That being said,
Yeah, it was pretty.
I didn't, after I played that, I'm like, that's not good because, so,
I kind of liked it. I bet maybe like at high level it's not good, but I found it very annoying.
no, white never played c4.
No, I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, he never played c4. I played c4. Yeah, so white played e4.
Yeah.
And then here I didn't take because I didn't want to activate your knight. Because my
Yeah.
goal this game was to not give you space because your pieces are kind of trapped.
They were for the longest
Yeah,
time.
and so I'm like, I don't want to take this because then your knight gets loose. And then, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I didn't like that. Wait, something doesn't seem right in this opening.
No, this seems.
Wait, this doesn't seem, there's something off about this right now.
But I thought your next move was bishop there.
Oh, right, we're not done with the opening yet, that's why. So, yeah, this was right because, yeah, I think this is right.
Let's check.
Yeah.
Queen c2, c4.
I'm pretty
Queen
sure this is
c2.
right.
That's too late. c5. Yeah,
I
you
was
played
waiting
that.
to play c4 when you put your queen on b2. That was my goal. Like, damn, it's late.
Knight c6. Knight c6. Where that was. Oh yeah, I guess that's your next move.
Knight c6. Not here.
No, it can't be. No,
No,
no.
no, no.
No, wait. We might have done this wrong. d4, d5, knight f3, knight f6. e3, bishop g4, yep. Bishop d3,
Yeah.
e6,
Yeah.
e6, and knight d2 by me, yep.
Knight d2
Oh,
and then.
yeah. c5, yep.
Yeah.
Then c3 is what I play. Oh,
Yeah, c3.
yeah, c3.
And then,
And then knight c6.
so this bishop move didn't happen yet.
Wait, that can't be right.
No, that's not right. Hold up.
No way. I could have messed up my notation. That's
All
possible.
right, d4, d5, knight f3, knight f6, e3.
Has e4 not
bishop
happened yet?
g4.
Wait, we might have this slightly wrong.
Yeah, something seems wrong.
Because I don't think I'd played that yet. I think this might be the position.
But wait, bishop e6, knight d2, c5, right? And then c5, c3, knight c6. So the bishop hasn't
Yeah.
come out yet. Oh shit, the bishop does not come out for a while. So knight c6, and then you play queen c2.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
That-
only when you play queen c2 did I play c4
Yeah,
here.
yeah. I forget why I played queen c2.
I think threats here.
Yeah, but would have been. What was I trying to do? I don't remember what I was trying to do. Okay. Well, yeah. Bishop e.
I think it was like a sound move. So bishop e2, right?
Yeah,
and then
you-
I played
then you
bishop
played that.
d6, and then came this move e4.
Yes. Then e4. Then bishop f4.
And this move right here, I was
Yes.
not confident about I should have went with my intuition because I'm like, this could get me in trouble because the bishop is loose.
Mm-hmm.
And in this position, right, when you played this and then I played knight to d7, this is where I think that you may have had a sack. I think,
Okay.
and I think that it was something like this
Oh.
because this causes problems. If I take, you put your knight here
I
and you
see.
stop me from castling,
Okay.
right? So I can't take. So I have to take your knight and then I lose a pawn because you put it here and this is really annoying, right?
Yeah.
Like, and so that was really bad. So yeah, knight to d7 was borderline a blunder in my opinion too. Like I think that
Yeah.
it caused too many problems. So,
I didn't
but it
see
wasn't
that.
even the knight d7 that was a blunder. It was honestly this move because it just
Yeah.
created such a complicated position. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. But at least against me, I was concerned by it. I should have been
yeah,
looking for.
either bishop f5 or bishop d2, then knight e4.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, bishop f5. Well, we can't do bishop f5, can we? We lose it.
No, you don't.
How?
Yeah, I was looking at that a lot.
Oh, I saw that. Oh,
yeah,
I
but
thought.
then I would just move my queen away.
Yeah, I thought
It
about
wasn't-
that too, but I'm like, no,
It,
because
it undoes the pin.
the reason I didn't want to play bishop f5 is because I didn't want you to move your queen away. I wanted to put the rook here so I can pin you. Like, so bishop f5 I didn't really like.
I would have been happy with it just because the knight's not
Yeah,
on the pin, but-
yeah. But you don't have to worry too much about the pin.
No, not too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess it's
This
not
was
really
just
that
a
much,
mistake because of this, to be honest. So this
Yeah.
was the one time I think if you took, I would
Yeah.
have been in a lot of trouble because then my pawn structure is ruined too.
So. Oh well, I played here.
Bishop
trying to-
f5 gives you a square. Oh, that's true, but do I want to put it there? That's the thing. So if I do something like this and then you go back here, this seems like it would cause problems for me. I guess I can try to go back
Yeah.
here, but then do I want my knight in the corner? Not really.
I don't know if you've got anything here. Well,
So yeah, you had a tactic here. That was the
Yeah.
only. And then the moment I saw that, because this was the position,
Yeah.
right? The moment I saw that, and you play this instead, I knew
Yeah.
I had to take because if I didn't,
yeah,
I
that
would be in
confused me, but
trouble.
I see why now. Yeah.
yeah, why I took. Yeah, I didn't want to, but I was like, okay, I don't want to connect your pawns. But then I was like, I'm gonna play for this weakness then. So I played for the c3 pawn weakness.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the whole game was revolving around that pawn for the
Pretty
most
much.
part.
I thought
Yeah.
I got out of it too very briefly, but
Yeah.
we had some interesting once we get further down. So
Yeah.
after that, yeah, you took. I was debating queen or knight takes.
Yeah.
Like for a long time.
Yeah,
I
I-
think I chose wrong. I think I should have done queen takes.
Yeah, I was looking at what you can do here too. If queen takes, I was thinking knight to a5.
Yeah, I was looking at this.
Yeah.
Um,
Because I saw this and then
yeah. I guess.
and then we do have this outpost potentially.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, I think I was concerned. I mean, my knight can stop it, but but you'd have to trade both your bishops for the knight.
The reason why I created backwards c pawn is because the knight takes b3. That's true. So if you took with your pawn here, you may have had this
Yeah.
here.
I was debating pawn
Yeah.
takes too, but what did I not like about that?
We can look at it. Go back and then take with the pawn.
Wait.
So yeah, take, pawn takes. And then your pawns are connected.
Maybe I didn't like that everything was still like
That's
I'm
true.
really locked
but
down
then
right now.
you're playing for pawn breaks, right?
Yeah, that's true.
The problem is you create an isolated pawn, you create a backwards pawn, and it became a huge weakness, right?
Yeah.
In the game. So I think that taking with the pawn probably would have made it easier for you in the long run because you can try
Probably.
to break
Yeah.
this. But of course, position is complicated because there's a lot of like things going on, a lot of attacks. But then I was like looking at this too, and I'm like, maybe I can do something like that. And
I
that
might
was-
have seen that actually.
Yeah, maybe that's
Or
why you didn't
that's
play
why I
that.
might not, yeah.
Yeah, it could be. And then I was thinking the rook too, but then something like this could be annoying too.
Yeah.
I don't know, but anyways, yeah.
Yeah, so pawn takes, queen takes would have been interesting. I think knight takes ended up not so good.
Thank you, Marco.
Wait, where were
Yeah,
we?
knight takes it complicate things. I understand your reasoning because you are
Yeah.
super like know.
I was locked down. Now I was
locked
thinking
down.
I had like knight to here
Yeah.
eventually.
Yeah, for sure. So I kind of get it. And then
Wait, something's not right. Is your knight here?
oh no, it wasn't
No,
there.
yeah, it's here.
Yeah, it's here. And then I played when you took with the knight. I played I think rook c8.
Mhm.
No, I didn't play that. I took here first, and then you took
Yeah,
with the rook,
with the rook.
and then rook c8 here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should have been more concerned about my c pawn than I think I was. I thought I had it well defended. I guess I had castle.
Yeah. I mean, the takeaway really is to avoid creating a backwards pawns
Oh, yeah.
because they're weaknesses. And since we're moving towards endgame, like it became really,
Yeah.
complicated because, yeah. You played, I think, at some point knight to d1. What was the idea with knight to d1?
What if it was at the very end when I had like a minute on the clock? There was no idea. But
Fair enough. Yeah. I think that was knight. No, you played knight to e1 like on move 16. So castle, right? We both castle.
Oh, I think I decided I wanted to trade the bishops off.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, hello.
Hi.
We have to think about how to coordinate because since we don't have cell phones,
Yeah, that's
when
true.
they're on, you can't do that.
Oh, I think we
yeah.
can bring the cell phones next and just turn them off.
Just turn 'em off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I usually do.
It's streaming live.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
You're good. We're just reviewing the game. Thank you. This game was really positional.
Yeah.
That's the thing, because it was closed down and, you know.
I lost, but the problem is a backwards pawn here.
Yeah, the backwards pawn became a big problem.
What was it? Okay.
It was something like this. I think there's a move wrong here somewhere. Because I'm seeing knight to e1. Oh no, knight to e1 is right. So
Yeah.
bishop takes. And then it seemed kind of counterintuitive to bring your knight back.
I think I was thinking I'd get it in really quick.
Yeah, fair
And then
enough.
was thinking
Fair enough.
something like that.
Yeah, I was looking at that too, and I was like, okay, how do I stop that? My knights are in the right place, are they?
Yeah, something's slightly off.
Yeah, something is
I think,
off here.
I think this is here.
Yeah, that was over there.
I think this is
Oh,
what it
sorry, I
is.
think we accidentally put it there, but yeah. So it's covered, right?
Yeah.
I guess I get where you're coming
Yeah,
from.
that was my problem. So I
Yeah.
want to do this so that way I could.
Yeah. And then what? So knight to e1, bishop takes queen. So your queen is on e2, and then knight c4.
Knight c4. Wait.
Knight c4.
Is it knight c4? Hold on.
I think I just put the wrong thing in here.
I know
I
you
mean-
did this at some point, but could it be now?
I think it was then. Why did I put knight to? I'm so confused.
Wait, okay,
Why
knight
did I
a5,
put
where's
knight
that?
c4.
Queen d2.
Oh, I think we're
Yeah, not following notation.
black had to get something going on king side. Black? No way.
No,
Why would
yeah.
I get something going on the king side?
I was
My
concerned
pawns are
about that
facing the
earlier,
queen side. I
but-
have more space on the queen side. There was like no point. I need to get anything. Are you talking about white? I don't think you mean black, because black you're playing on the king side. So the direction your pawns are facing is the direction you're playing, right? So you had to get something going on the king side, and I had to get an attack going on the queen side.
Probably that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Oh, they meant white? Okay, fair
Okay.
enough. That makes much more sense. Figured. Yeah, because you had much less space on the queen side.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's almost like I think you have to start like a pawn store and bring all your pieces here. But obviously easier said than done because you have a weakness here. But yeah, future reference though.
For sure. So something is definitely slightly wrong here.
Is there?
I think so. Because knight, I guess you played knight
idea.
f5 at some point. Then I played knight e1. Oh, wait. Bishop takes.
Hey, we're
that's
reviewing the
fine.
game we just played.
Cool, cool.
Yeah, something.
You want to provide your input for us?
Yeah, whose move is it here? What was the last move?
Honestly, I don't even know if
Wait.
we got it right. Let's just redo it since you're
It's
here
probably
now.
good to go from the start. I think something.
Yeah.
All right, no worries.
Since Quest is here, say hi to the chat. We're streaming it, by the
Hello,
way.
chat. Hello. Hello.
I'm gonna have an IM reviewer game right now. Let's go.
I guess you can find the moves by going back to the video at one point.
Right,
that's
exactly. Plus, it was
Well,
recorded on the
it's
DGT.
recorded on DGT board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys are doing a post-mortem, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so tired though. I just want to sleep.
Okay, D4, D5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems correct. Knight F3, Knight F6.
I hope it's correct. It's the first move.
E3.
So E3.
Bishop G4. Bishop D4.
Because like last week,
E6.
I went to
You mean
East.
E6, right?
Knight D2. C5. C3.
and
Knight C6.
Yeah.
Queen C2. C4.
it was
Bishop
like
E2.
meant for kids.
Okay, this already seems like a problem for white, right?
Yeah.
What did you guys think about, or how should white have improved?
Instead of playing improved here.
I think, well, I think at this point black is already very happy. Because, like,
Yeah.
okay, you could have,
Can you guys hear him fine, by the way?
you could have played like this one, for example.
I think that's the same thing for
So they try to stop C4.
because
You hear him fine? Okay.
But for us to come,
So I got into trouble here too, but later on you'll see. Wait, what were you saying? What should a white done here instead?
Well, maybe, yeah, maybe allowing this is bad, right? Because now black
Yeah.
gets like a bunch of space, especially with
Yeah.
this one. White would have to go back even more.
Right.
So maybe queen c2 would be where I would think about.
Queen C2.
Yeah, so if we go back a couple moves, like
I
bishop on d3, c5.
Bishop on D3,
Yeah,
C5.
so here, yeah, instead of queen c2 might be the, because that's what allows
Yeah.
black to play this
Yeah.
c4, right? So
That's
here,
why I played it after I saw that to take space. So here, not Queen C2.
Probably not, right?
Yeah.
Would you recommend going for an immediate pawn break here
Like
from
e4?
white? Yeah.
The problem with e4 is d4 is always weak. Yeah, so let's say
I
black.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You're
D4
right.
doesn't. Yeah.
Even if you don't win it right away, it's like, let's say for example, cd4, cd4.
Wait. C. Oh.
Good, good. Let's say de, knight e4, and then like bishop b4 check, just to try to develop quick. Maybe we can take this pawn on d4. I don't know. I mean,
You. Well, I can't take back right now. So.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm just worried about maybe there's some tactic, like some queenie. But okay, even if black keeps it simple, I think this is already.
Yeah. This is nice.
But I like this for black.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is, you guys maybe it's good
I
for black.
think-
So this is not
I
good
think
for white
e4
then?
is too early for white.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Were you saying C4 instead?
What is that? I play. I had enough for
Carefully,
if you want
but-
to use also overall.
This is here. Maybe queen e2. I feel like that's where the queen usually wants to be.
Queen E2 in the call system?
Yeah.
I teach.
I know you wanted unpin, but
I see.
the pin is not super scary.
Yeah.
There's nothing black can really do to you. You can also insert this, by the way, like start with this one.
That's true. I didn't like
You'll
the
go
idea of
here,
H3. That's like, yeah.
Well, you just drop
Yeah.
back. It's not a.
Yeah. That's why I didn't
Right.
like the idea of H3 myself.
But to be fair, H3 is good for you though because it's a compound move, right? Tempo on the bishop and creates a loft. So because later you got into trouble with back rank mate. We both
Yeah.
did technically.
Yeah, so actually that's true. For one,
Yeah.
you don't got to worry about back rank. The other thing is like it's kind of weird, but sometimes the fact that you can play g4 is nice. Let's say, for example, black does this one, just okay, random move.
having deja vu here, why do I feel like this has we have had this?
It's nice that you can like
Conversation.
immediately break the pin with g4.
Yeah.
Like, you always have this option. It might not be good, but at least you
True.
have
Yeah.
this idea.
Yeah, see, I
Okay,
didn't
then-
like the idea of G4 though. That's why here I would.
But
you
you're
know, that
not
would've
really
been
scared of
annoying.
this. You just go back.
No, I'm not, but it's annoying
How
because
so?
then I have to like. Well, actually, I mean, I guess it's not bad for me.
I think it's kind of
technically.
weakening for white. Yeah, I don't know if white
Yeah,
really.
never mind. It's
wants
pretty
this.
good for me because then you can't really castle.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. How's he gonna castle there?
Right.
Exactly. So I don't know. But then, okay, here if black ever pushes c4, it's not that useful because you can keep your bishop right on the diagonal.
It's just like.
I feel like that would be
Interesting.
okay. And then it's a game. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
So where did it go wrong from the beginning for white? Like which
Maybe
move
this
was
queen c2 move.
Queen c2 is where
You can
it
also
went
go b3, by the way, and just develop the bishop to b2.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to worry about c4 stuff.
They have a tournament every Saturday.
Oh well. Played there.
I guess rapid it counts
went.
for
See.
2. Bishop d6.
the offset or whatever.
Yes, bishop d6, okay.
It's 45 minutes.
Oh, and then e4.
Yeah. This was annoying.
Oh,
In one day. So if
okay,
you
so
were-
go back one move. So instead of bishop d6, what do you think?
Yeah, instead of bishop d6, I probably would have just played bishop e7 here.
Eat as much food as humanly possible.
No.
Take a shower.
Well, actually, if white gets e4 in, then white's happy, so...
That's true. I guess I did have to respond to it. Okay, here probably bishop to f5 makes a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah,
sense.
absolutely.
To avoid the pawn break. And I looked at it a few times, it didn't do it.
Yeah, no, that's just a free, that's a free tempo. You stop
Right.
e4,
Right.
and then where's he even gonna go?
That's true.
Back to
So-
d1 is,
Yeah.
you know,
A4.
maybe a4, right?
Yeah.
But
So here instead of bishop to bishop to d6, we just play bishop to f4. Yeah.
all right, I'm opening up your chat, so I can see chat now.
Okay, perfect.
I was planning on doing this first.
So,
Yeah, and then you can develop however, because now white's not threatening e4,
This first.
so you
right,
know, bishop
that's
d6
true.
if you want. You can go.
To be honest, I completely forgot about the e4 pawn break, and I'm like, damn it. So instead of that, I play this, and it was a big mistake because then there's a fork problem. And then I made a bad move. I played bishop to f4, and I knew that it wasn't the best because it's kind of loose.
Looks like it did anything.
But the problem is, I guess chat is right. Technically, this is not an issue. Wait,
But I mean, I
it
guess
is an issue.
It's the London. I mean, you should play with it.
No, so bishop f4 is what really almost made me lose here, because I went back, and then we were just discussing it, but I think there was a sacrifice
Here,
here.
my
Whoa.
if I use it correctly, it's pretty good.
That is a problem.
But here,
For me, yeah.
Here, then
So
Chat found this. Good job, chat.
no, I found this
Oh,
in
yeah.
the game, and so
I didn't.
he didn't. So I responded right away to it because I'm like, damn it, I need to get rid of this threat right away.
maybe
Yeah.
Chat's not cool as me. They didn't find this. But so instead you play
Yeah.
this, and then this is where I decided to take to avoid that. And so that being said, yeah, I just took here. But then he took with the knight, and we were discussing.
Yeah, I don't think taking
I
with the
think
knight
taking
was my
with the
best
pawn
option.
would have been
Usually
But
take with the pawn, yeah, to keep
Yeah.
the structure happy.
and then the most
Yeah.
classic variation
Just for the structure.
here.
Yeah.
I didn't like that I was so locked down with taking with the pawn.
This is why I hate having loose pieces, because anytime I'm like, I'm sure it'll be okay, I'll fix it within a few moves. There's always some sort of tactic that just puts you in a worse position. That's been my experience. So that's why I hate things like this where there's just no,
There.
no
Yeah.
defense, especially when the position's so closed off like this too. Yeah, so I think that it never works. I'm like, maybe this time it'll work. Maybe having a loose piece won't be counterintuitive, but it was, because at this point I think the game changed. And there was that sacrifice that just completely ruins my structure and loses a pawn. So
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Or actually lose 2 pawns.
I think it's always good when you
Possibly.
Can get your
Well, whatever. Anyways.
just
Yep.
because,
Yeah.
So bishop
that's
takes
actually really good. 'Cause I did play
c1.
this in like lists,
Yep.
and then that's really uncomfortable because I play
Rook
here, and
takes.
then it's hard for me to move my knight,
Rook
it's
c8.
hard for me to move my bishop.
Yeah.
Maybe I play
Logical.
something like this to,
Castles.
and it's just
Castles.
so I'm kind of,
Queen d2.
and I was thinking maybe I could have been a little more aggressive, play something
Knight
like this,
a5.
but it was also just
Knight
like
a5.
I've been kind of preparing for this. So preparing for this, I was like, okay,
Going
I'm
for the
gonna start
outpost.
playing this facility.
Here.
And then
Knight
was getting my
e1.
butt kicked.
Yeah.
I like this move for me though, because I want to get your bishop out so I can put my knight there.
Yeah. This was crazy.
That was kind of the idea. So
Yeah.
if they didn't play that, I was just gonna, here, if they played something else, maybe bring the rook out.
Yeah.
I was thinking of just taking.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? Because
I should
all my pawns are on the light square, so I figured the bishop would be weak anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then I can take it. control that
position.
moves.
Put a knight on c4.
Yeah.
Totally
I was
reasonable.
like,
So this did in a way help, I think.
Yeah.
this was gone.
So that happened,
Takes
and then I
queen
just put my knight here.
c4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's after that?
Knight c2.
I'll put surround sound off, see if that helps. Alright. Maybe this will help.
Queen a5.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Knight c4. Rook c4.
Wait, knight c.
Don't
Wait,
put
knight
it up.
c4?
I can see it.
Yeah, white traded looks like.
Oh,
I just had no
I see.
Yeah, and then I took with the rook.
take c4.
Because I'm a fan of nice pawn structures.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Yeah, always. Yeah, take with the piece. Queen b2. And knight
Did I play or
b6.
did I think I played.
Yeah, knight b6. And things got interesting
Yeah.
here.
Knight d3. Now knight a4.
Giving up this pawn.
Queen takes b7.
Yeah.
Logical.
And then here I was like, should I take with the rook and then the queen? But then I calculated rook takes, queen takes, and then wins this pawn, wins that, and I lose a pawn here. That's how, like what I saw. That's why I took with a knight instead. So if I played this, that,
The idea of the pressure punch.
and then that, you just have something like this. And then this is not good for me, right? Because I just lose a pawn here.
Yeah.
So, where was everything?
That's the problem.
I trade. I kind of wish I didn't trade.
Unless you're really good at this.
This isn't better. That means the mic isn't working. That being said, I need to figure out. Streamlabs doesn't have any settings for this, so I gotta figure it out later tonight. But yeah.
Hold on. Wait. This was here.
It works great.
Here.
But I have surround sound off, so it shouldn't.
Wait. My rook here? Okay.
Yeah, so instead.
But yeah, you
sorry.
didn't play rook takes, right? You played
yeah,
knight
yeah,
takes,
I played
right?
knight takes with the ideas of
That's
that.
actually good for.
It's also nice. You have this added threat, knight e2 check.
Yeah, so this whole
Yeah.
game, the issue for both of us at the end
Yeah.
was back rank mate.
When I was thinking,
Played queen.
I was thinking
E2.
about- I remember
Okay.
I think it was the only move.
Yeah, I think that was a sound move too. Because anything else would be really
Anything else is
complicated.
deadly.
Yeah. And then here,
Queen b6.
queen b6.
I can play big better.
So I decided to trade here.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that was the right move.
Because I honestly, I thought that I had this endgame.
No, yeah, it's
I don't
Completely,
think I
so
can
I'm
do
like, I'm
anything
just gonna
else
get
than
rid of the
trade.
queen. Like, that's it. Plus, you know,
nice.
so
Yeah.
forces.
Yeah.
Take.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here,
That
stops C5 threats,
Yep.
which is an annoying outpost. So I want to get rid of
Yeah.
it.
I think that was.
Yeah, very nice move, honestly.
It's going great, Jay.
Good
Good to see you. High initiative. There's wish list. Okay, interesting.
I
Okay.
played rook c2.
Yeah, rook c2, and then here I played, I think, rook c8.
Mhm.
I wasn't the most confident about this, but I wanted that
Right.
because there's back
I think
rank
that
mate
was-
issues
Oh,
again.
Yeah, I don't know.
But then I didn't see any way of him
I
threatening
didn't see
back
any
rank
way.
for real. So
Because you have, like,
And
if
really,
rook
I think that
fc1,
was
there's
just-
knight e2, right? So
Yeah. exactly.
it's hard, very hard for white.
Yeah.
They can't challenge for the c file here.
Yeah. Yeah. So from here, you're running out of time.
Yeah, at this
so-
point I was really low on
I
time.
think you had like 1 minute left.
Rook b2.
Actually, I didn't.
Rook
I'm not sure what
b2.
to try. Yeah, king h1. It's already tough for white.
Yeah, I think it's pretty over by here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna get at least one pawn, and then a2 is weak. And
I wouldn't have.
yeah. No,
Well,
really
good to know
hard
that
defend this.
queen c2 is not the right move for future reference.
Yeah, and then I feel like taking on b3 with the knight. You know, that's where
Mhm.
all these troubles started. Like the c4 square, you take with the pawn.
Yeah, if I took a yeah,
I think you just have a good position. Like you have more space, and
Yeah, no, I didn't watch
I
that.
agree.
That was
Yeah.
maybe something like this, but
So,
I always wanted to
Bad
do
move
this
for me
because
was
it just, I mean, there's
bishop
just a special kind of like bombed out.
f4,
Like, I
right?
push
No,
like
no,
that,
bishop,
and
yeah,
then
bishop f4.
there's no
bishop
way
b6. Yeah, not.
you can I
And
Allowing
bishop
E4,
d6.
right?
Yeah, bishop d6 was,
E4 was a big.
and then
mistake.
bishop f4 was even worse.
Bishop E4 is not that bad.
I don't think that was bad either.
It was kind of bad. In this position, it was kind of bad. But and then knight takes b3. Those were the critical points in the game. It seems that changed everything and gave, I guess, opportunity
Yep.
to
And
both
so
of us.
The rest you just converted, right? I mean, I
Yeah.
saw the end over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
It looked pretty smooth.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
What I wish I did is
So,
I wish because my
interesting.
idea was back.
Yeah.
Now I'm not gonna do that in the future. I'm not doing that again.
What I should have done is never
I'm
played
good.
and that would have been so much easier. But
Gosh, I am
I wasn't
tired.
really sure. I had lots of. I was thinking about this here, but I
That's
just
true,
wasn't
Bishop.
sure.
That's true.
And what'd you
Okay.
what
Anything
you
else to mention about this game? I think that.
I think we covered
I
it.
remember I liked that.
I think we
don't
covered
remember
it
why,
too.
But for some reason that motivated
Yeah. How
me.
would you do? Did you win or what?
No, I lost.
You lost.
Yeah.
What happened?
Actually, I was
I think
doing
that's
well.
a-
I was like a pawn up,
Yeah.
but then I don't know.
I think
I
it was
allowed
meant to be
way
just
too much counterplay,
here,
and then
Trade,
Oh, okay.
all of a sudden I
if
was
your rook
losing.
here,
Mm.
then that would be
That sucked.
Yeah, yeah, bummer.
You know, it wasn't necessarily having speed.
Oh my gosh, review his
And that was
game?
honestly
No. I'm on the die path to review my
It's
game.
kind of depressing. Yeah.
It's too depressing to review. Which jam was it?
It was Daro Schwartz.
Well, I mean, I had ideas.
Daro. His face was looking very red.
Well, actually, it was. I got warm in there. I took my hoodie off, which I never
It
do.
was warm.
Usually hotels are cold.
worried about
It got warm.
Yeah, because all the walking requires to get there, dude. It's so much walking. Yeah.
And then then my position got bad. So then it got like really warm. It's so hot in here.
Oh my gosh, what's going on?
That's fine.
Well, I think that wraps up the stream. It's a good spot to end and get ready for bed because I am tired. So tired. Oh yeah. Let's
Oh, yeah.
get that little mic. Thanks for the reminder.
Of course.
Okay. Alrighty, guys. Who's streaming right now? Who should we raid? Technically, for the channel on YouTube. So, is this better? Back? Sorry, my bad. That's so cool. So video editing.
Yeah. Pretty much.
And research? Or
Yeah, the whole thing. Research,
the whole thing?
editing,
Okay.
sound,
Damn.
music. I don't
That's-
narrate it. Yes.
That is awesome though. Dang.
He was making his own
Yeah.
videos.
Uh-huh.
He's a Napoleon fan.
I
He's
saw.
making his own videos. And,
Uh-huh.
but Epic History was really like, he loved the channel. And so
Yeah.
he started copying that. And then
Yeah.
he reached out to Epic History and was like, hey,
Yeah.
you know, I'd love to work with you. And so they
That's
did.
so cool. Wow. That's dope. History's
Yeah, This is where
Okay,
I was losing money because now they're really.
Now I'm gonna. Who are we streaming by, or who are we rating? God. Are we rating anybody?
Awesome.
Yeah, this is great. Good review session too.
Great meeting. Good luck with the rest of
Yeah,
your
thank you.
tournament.
You as well. All right, have a good night.
Nice meeting you.
Bye bye.
Good night.
No, of course not because I mean I think nobody.
Yeah, what's her username? She's still streaming.
You're right in theory, and It's not affecting that many
I didn't
scores.
see.
Did she win?
Um,
I didn't see if she won or didn't.
I don't see
Cameron,
her
yeah.
live.
So that was good.
Yeah, her game's probably over.
I didn't see
I think she was winning.
but you were
position
thinking about
looked
me
good.
taking. So
She was
let's play
winning?
that. If I
Let's
take
see.
here, take it.
Yeah, I saw she was up a pawn. So her stream died? Oh crap, that sucks. Oh, she's done. Okay, let me see who else. Channel. Wait one sec. Who is streaming? Do you know anybody who's streaming right now?
Let's see.
I don't even know how to check on my phone, dude.
I know Gary.
Yeah,
I know
then
Gary.
maybe I play this to try to
I
defend.
do. What's his full username?
Grandmaster Gary.
Yeah. I don't know. Let me see his full.
So you were thinking.
All right, guys. I'm gonna see all of you. We're gonna read Gory. Grandmaster Gory. Okay. I wasn't sure if there was like
Could you play because I played here.
Gory like that,
Okay,
right?
then you were thinking. you were gonna play.
Grandmaster Gory.
That's right.
Rating should shut down the stream. Perfect.
Send Gary our regards.
Yeah, tell him that we're at the Vegas tournament. I'm gonna go sleep, y'all. I'm not even gonna eat. I'm not gonna eat dinner. I'm just gonna go to bed. Take care, everybody. Bye. Wait, is the raid happening?
Like if I,
Yeah.
and then especially here when the queen was there, I was thinking I should take it to W.
Ready to raid. Okay.
Like I don't want to. I should use my.
Bye bye. Tap to raid now. Okay, I just have to tap.
Now that